What's going on, guys? Today we're looking at this new Screwpop tool. This is a combination bottle opener and cigar cutter. Alright, pretty interesting. Now, I can tell you that I saw a review on this already from Cigar Obsession. I am a big viewer and fan of his videos. He does a really good job. It's just a very relaxing, entertaining video style when he does cigar reviews and stuff, and extremely knowledgeable guy. And I happen to share a lot of the same tastes. I've smoked a lot of the cigars. I shouldn't say a lot that he has. He's smoked way more types of cigars than I have. But a few of the ones that I've had, and I've seen reviews that he did, I find that we do pick up on the same flavors and stuff. So I can rely on him for good reviews on cigars. But anyway, because I subscribed to him, I happened to see his review on this. And then like the next day, I got it in the mail randomly from the company that just sent it to me to check out and do a review on. So I was kind of laughing to myself in my head because he didn't have great success with this tool. It was kind of a piece of crap. To be honest, the design is awesome. It's just the problem here is that these blades are way too thick. So even if it was nice and sharp, which this one's not, he had a stainless steel version. Mine has a black coating on it. They're not super dull, but they're not razor sharp. But even if they were razor sharp, you can see that the actual stock here, I mean, the steel is just too thick. All right, so inherently you're going to have a lot of pressure on the cigar when you're trying to cut it. It just basically has nowhere to go. It's trying to split. It's just too fat. All right, that's basically the easiest way to say it, is the blades are too fat, so it's not as an effective cutter as many other cutters in the market. Now, given this is a $15 cigar cutter, if you want to get a really nice cigar cutter, you're looking at upwards of maybe $30 to $50 for one, or hundreds of dollars if you really want to get fancy. But yeah, I'm going to give it a try anyway. It's very rare that I happen to see a review on something before I ever get to try it myself. And the reason I purposely don't watch reviews on things before I review myself is because you kind of get this bias from watching someone else's opinion. I don't like that. I don't like thinking about someone else's, experiences with it. I just want to go, solely on my own. So it's kind of tainted already that I'm going into this thinking it's going to suck. I never used this yet. We're using it first time together on camera here. I have a factory second, all right, so if it gets ruined, I'm not going to cry about it. I did use the bottle opener before the video. And I thought I was recording, but the battery wasn't on at all. My battery was dead, and that was the last bottle I had in the house. And I wasn't even drinking what was in it. It was a beer that I had in there, and I haven't had beer in probably 4 or 5 weeks now. And it was just one that I happened to waste for the video, and I didn't even get to get the footage. But anyway, the bottle opener does work fine. I'm not really concerned about that. We all know there's a million bottle openers everywhere. I really want to try out this cigar cutter. So right off the bat, as far as the design goes, you can see each blade here has a natural curvature, which creates a lip. It's on both sides. So it's very easy to open this up, okay? And then of course, when you go to shut it, it also creates a wider point for your finger, so it's a little more comfortable to snip, okay? Actually to push down. What I do like about this though is that the tension is set. It's kind of tight, but it's smooth at the same time, but you want it to be tight because you don't want these opening up. This is supposed to go on your keys. It's supposed to be a keychain tool. All right, so you don't want it opening up and having exposed blades. So the overall design here is really good, okay? I just like the way it's set up. It just feels nice and solid, all right? But let's get into this cigar and see how it works. Smells good. All right, so let's give it a shot here. Well, as I saw in his video, that's pretty crappy. And it's not necessarily because the blades are dull, although I can tell you that, I mean, it's really not, I wouldn't say it's sharp at all. It's not complete. I wouldn't run my finger like that, but they just seem pretty dull. All right, let's give this another shot. Whoop. Slipped off there. Yeah, it's, it'll get the job done, I suppose, if you, don't mind a couple little bits of tobacco in your mouth. I'm not a fan, and I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I saw his video first, so I kind of knew what it would be already, but you got to try it yourself. You can't always go by that. Maybe he just happened to get a bum deal with his. It wasn't that sharp or whatever, but everything he said in the video was absolutely correct. It's just too thick of a blade to function properly, even if they were sharpened properly. You know what I mean? So yeah, the performance is definitely not there. Now the reason you see this out here is because, regardless of what that was, I wanted to re-talk about this one. This is one I did a review on before, and this is their punch. And I love this thing. It's the same price. These are both 15 bucks. For $15, no, I wouldn't recommend that one. For $15, I would still recommend this one, if, of course, you're looking for a punch. I like that it has a carabiner, of course, built into it. What's really nice is just unscrews. We have our blade right here. Okay, now this came beautifully sharp. All right, works great. Has your punch. Well, of course, I'm not punching the back part, but the cigar is a little on the dry side. But I mean, the punch works beautifully. Now, when you get your leaf in there, your little plug or whatever, you can push this back through and screw it on, and it actually pushes out that tobacco that's stuck in your punch. I just really liked this design, and I did a video on this one already. I liked it. I'm continuing with enjoying this one. I've used this multiple times now. The new one, not so much. I mean, you can get a Cigar cutter that's just a hell of a lot better for maybe twice the price. But it's something good to continuously use. And this is one of the cases where you don't necessarily want to cheap out and get something that's cheaper just to save money. You don't want to ruin your cigars. All right. Now, all of this is definitely on the drier side, I should say. Even with a fresh cigar, I just really don't think it's going to make a proper cut. It's just, I can tell you just by my experience, I have multiple cigar cutters, and they all have thinner blades in this, and they're all sharper, razor sharp. You need a very nice, clean, crisp cut in order to enjoy your cigar. If you start getting rough cuts and stuff like that, you get bits of tobacco in your mouth, or worse yet, your leaf starts unwrapping, it's going to ruin your entire cigar. All right, so your smoking experience starts with whatever cutter you choose to prepare that cigar. So yeah, overall, it's just a really cool design. It's just not as functional because of how thick it is. So I would love for them to see this video and, of course, Cigar Obsession's video and improve on this design by making a thinner version of it and, sharpen those blades up just a little bit more. And you got a pretty cool, keychain cutter. But for now, as it sits, I definitely don't recommend that. I think you'd end up ruining your cigars, and you'd be pretty pissed off. But if you happen to like a punch, I do recommend this punch a lot. It works great. So that's all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Check out Cigar Obsession's channel. Link will be in the description box. Hope you have a great day, guys. Take care.